What's going on, guys, and welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. It's hot. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's hot. It's hot because I can feel the beads of sweat forming on my forehead. I can see them on my cameraman's bald head. I can just tell. There's like a wet spot in the floor right there where he's at. And not like a good one, like that's bad. We need to mop that up. But anyway, somebody's gonna slip and fall. OSHA, safe, 75 days. Just saying. You know, I talk a lot of trash. And I can back it up for the most part. There's one thing I feel a little bad about because now it's here. I might have made a little bit of fun of Dodge Demons one time. Maybe. I'm not saying like, they were bad. I ain't saying like I wouldn't go hang out with a guy that had one. I'm just saying I poke fun at you a little bit. The Dodge Demon is probably, as bad as I hate to say this because my family's watching this, probably one of the coolest muscle cars around. It's actually the fastest muscle car ever produced. 840 horsepower, 760 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. It took longer for me to say that than this car to go to 60. Funny story with the Dodge Demons. Old Honey Poured Over Gravel here was doing a little announcing at a new little NHRA sanctioned track. I'm not going to name the name of the track because it sucks ass. But I will say it's an NHRA sanctioned track and it's even no longer open, thank God. They called me up to do some announcing. They're like, hey Rob, we want you to come down and share your voice with us. We want you to be the voice of blah, blah, blah racetrack. Hell, I'm excited, paying gig, get to go drag strip, watch drag cars. And we were actually announcing Pro Mod drag racing. And that was a cool thing because my dad raced Pro Mod, so I know a lot of these guys. I'm like, man, that's gonna be kind of cool. It's about 2 hours away from home. We were gonna race on Friday nights, have a Pro Mod shootout. You're gonna give out $10,000. We want you to give out $10,000 every week in our Pro Mod shootout at blah, 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 Dragway. So I'm excited, I'm getting pumped up. And, I've done a little announcing at small tracks and I've done some announcing at Atlanta Dragway for like specialty events. I did the big body shootout and things like that. But I've never done like an NHRA thing. I mean, this is big. I mean, I grew up, like I said, my dad was in drag racing. I grew up watching drag racing, and all the names, Steve Evans and I can't think of anybody else, but Steve Evans was the one you need to pay attention to. I love that. Like I remember when I was in Atlanta Dragway and I'm standing in the tower and there's a big picture of Steve Evans up on the wall and I'm thinking, holding his mic and, I'm like, yeah, man, I mean, this is it. This right here, my voice over the loudspeakers at the Atlanta Dragway. And the funniest part about it was we had to play the Star Spangled Banner. Now keep in mind, this is a multi-million-dollar facility. Gorgeous grounds, nice track. For a drag strip, extremely nice track. And do you know how they play the Star Spangled Banner? They have a radio that they bought at Rite Aid. I crap you not. A tape deck. And they hold the mic to it. That was a little bit of a letdown. All those times I heard the Star Spangled Banner at Atlanta Dragway, it was by that. That one kind of let me down. So back to blah, blah, blah drag strip. Here I am excited. Already a good many of the Pro Mod guys done showed up. So heck, I walked down the pits and hey, look, there's little Robbie Pitts. I remember when you was this tall and this and this. Where's your daddy at? Sitting by the pool. That's what he's doing. Hey, he's like hanging out with you losers. Hey, yeah, hey, good seeing you. Not really. Hey, what are you doing here? So I'll be up in the tower. Oh yeah. Grab a wireless mic, walk out and get the crowd of 5 people really excited at blah, blah, blah Dragway. Promotion was not a real big thing. Apparently they blew their budget when they got me there and it wasn't that much. So, hey, you know what? Some of my best crowds were small crowds. I'm sitting there, we're calling the drag racing action and they did. This track really produced some fast times. It was a really nice track. I made a really good friend there. A drag racing icon was there. Kurt Johnson. Google it. He's a name. He's a big name in NHRA drag racing, period. I mean, I'm not going to bore you with stats, but I was a little bit fangirling knowing this dude was in the tower with me. I was sharing my voice with him. Like me and him were going back and forth. We were conversing. We had dinner together. Like this was a big moment in my life. And we were sharing war stories and telling dirty jokes back and forth, you know, not over the mic, but you know what I'm saying, because we're professional. You know, me and Kurt were talking back and forth. I call him Kurt, but because, you know, we're buddies like that. I got his cell phone number. But I said, so what you been up to, Kurt? How's your daddy? You know, he was telling me all about that and, you know, all these drag race stories. He said, I actually just left Chelsea, Michigan. He said, I did a little gig for Dodge. And he said, it's kind of crazy. They're bringing back this new car. I said, really? He goes, yeah, it looks like a Dodge Challenger. And this is probably 2015, 16. He said, it's crazy. And I said, really? He said, yeah, because it looks like a Challenger. He said, but the quarters were cut off of it. The fenders were all cut off of it. It had drag slicks on it. Little skinnies on the front, but they were like steel wheels. And he said, these things would f***ing fly. He said, they were like fast. And I heard somebody saying they're going to call it the Barracuda. I mean, you know, that was kind of intriguing. You know, it's kind of neat. You know, just small talk. Well, fast forward a couple years down the road, you know, we're doing the radio show and, you know, and then the internet, there's a rumor that Dodge is coming out with this wild new car. And then they showed pictures of it. And I remember the first Demon I seen. It was bright red. You know, 1-inch wheelie. And then I started looking at it and I seen these big old fender flares on it. So I text my buddy Kurt. I said, Kurt, send him a link. And he goes, well, I'll be damned. That was Dodge Demons we were in, I guess. That's kind of a cool story. Now, another cool tie into this with the Demons, when we were doing the radio show that you guys never got to hear on the air because of some issues with the producer, I got a good friend, Alan Thompson. Alan Thompson is the guy that's in the know. You know, he's, you know, one of the voices of SEMA. You know, when you see, was it Live with Regis? Well, not Regis anymore, he's dead, but Live with Kelly, I think now, whatever it is. But anyway, when they do their whole automotive week, he's the guy that hosts it every year. Super cool guy, super funny. You know, me and him joke all the time. He actually had me on speakerphone and FaceTime the whole time they were unveiling these. When they had that big show, you know, and it was like all the CGI and, you know, it's kind of like one of those Universal Studios things going, and they had like this like evil looking tunnel and it was changing colors, and then poof, it spits out a Dodge Demon, you know, and it launched on the stage and went out the door. That was some pretty impressive stuff. I'm a sucker for a smoke show, and Dodge really talked it up, but these things back it up. I mean, you got to think about it. This is still the fastest production muscle car. It's the 2018 in plum crazy purple. They made 3,300, 3,000 something of these cars. I'm a Chevrolet guy. I'm not a Camaro guy. I don't want that to be confused. I'm a Chevrolet guy. You know, we had the Shelby Mustang, and it's cool. You know, we've had ZL1 Camaros, and they're okay. You know, we had the drag pack, and that was cool. This right here kind of gets me like a little tingly on the inside. Like, it's kind of cool, you know, because it's got the muscle car vibe being the plum crazy purple. But this thing really backs it up. I mean, this is what every guy driving a V6 Challenger wanted. I mean, nobody went to go buy a V6 Challenger. That's just what you ended up with. You know, that's kind of like the third round draft pick. Like, I want the Demon. You ain't got the money to get the Demon. How about that Hellcat? Yeah. How about that SRT? Yeah. RT. V6. You know, there's so many times, you know, they come out with something new or they come out with something better, and they do that a lot. But I want to tell you something. I mean, you're going to have to go a long damn way to beat this. And me saying that about a Dodge, you better write that shit down, because if you can't trust a used car salesman, who the hell can you trust? Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars. Chelsea, Michigan.
Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Michigan.
Michigan. I've never seen anybody get excited about this getting this much. But anyway, 840 horsepower. Is that right? I got it right. 840 horsepower. One more time. 2, 3 seconds. Wrap your mind around that. Well, I'll take a little sweat rag break. Just go. Lost my towel. Good meaning of my dad. If you don't know what you're doing, always name drop.